here we are, a nice time with a chunk of time carved out for ourselves. It's a nice time, and let's just settle in. Allow yourself to set the day aside thus far. Whether you've exercised already, or you've had most of your day already, or you're just getting started, just place all of that aside and let yourself be here and now. I invite you maybe to gently close your eyes, drop your chin a bit, rest your hands comfortably either in your lap or on your knees, and just breathe in and out slowly. Just see where your breath is this morning. No changing, just coming into it and feeling where you are. Become aware of your feet and your grounding to the floor. Your seat and your grounding in your chair. Our spine is in neutral, supporting us, no straining, just nice, gentle support. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And then become more aware of your breath, maybe deepening your breath, finding that inhale count and exhale count. It's nice to match those up, bringing us more aware of our inhale and our exhale. Maybe your count is 3 or 4, but finding that even inhale and exhale count. And then in that breath, finding that suspension point at the top of your inhale, just allowing yourself to hang there for just a couple of moments before your gentle exhale, same count, and then allowing yourself to sit at the bottom of your exhale. Again, for just a couple of seconds. No straining, just kind of enjoying that top of the inhale, suspension, and then exhaling the same count, and then just enjoying that emptying of the lungs and the exhale, the relaxation before your next inhale. Very nice. 2 more breaths like that. Very nice. And if your eyes are closed, I just invite you to open your eyes and keeping your gaze gentle. Maybe lowering the hands, spreading the fingers, just starting to bring some movement to our arms, maybe just sort of opening, kind of opening our arms and shoulders out and relax, kind of spreading our wings a bit. Just a gentle movement toward the back of your shoulders, opening, spreading the arms, inhaling, letting yourself exhale. Inhale, just bring some movement to your shoulders and arms. Nice. Then sweeping our arms up over our heads, hands together. Inhale, lowering the hands down. And sitting for a moment with what you would like from your practice today. What are you bringing to your practice? What are you leaving aside? And what would you like to take away from your practice? And then if you can just sit with a word that comes to mind for right now, for how you are and what you're feeling, something positive to take. Very nice. And then keeping that word with us, we're going to lift the hands up overhead. Inhale and exhale, floating down. Very nice. Let's bring a little bit of movement to our feet first. So extending our feet out. I might change my chair a little bit so you can see me. Extending our legs out, both if you can. Always a great option to bend the knees so you feel nice and secure in your chair, but straighten the legs. Just pump the legs a bit, pointing and flexing. Inhaling on the flex, exhaling on the point. This really gets our circulation, our glandular system moving. Very nice. And then bringing our feet back underneath us. We're going to go ahead and raise to standing first. So think of it nice and slowly. We'll just do it once. We're just going to stand up very deliberately, slowly, standing. Nice. And then allowing yourself to ground down into your feet, really feeling that nice balance of your body is now standing. But we're a little more balanced now, feeling centered with our breath. Just feel your feet on the ground and your balance points all nice and centered in your feet. Maintaining that balance for our breath work. Let's raise our hands up and overhead. Lowering one hand down and allowing the other hand to drop over to touch the opposite ear. So we're going to drop our head toward our shoulder, straight arm, opposite hand on the ear. Just gentle, just helps our neck. You can reach with that straight arm if you'd like. Don't lock the knees, gentle bend in the knees. Inhale through the nose and out through the nose. Option to close the eyes if you'd like and just feel your balance in your feet. Reaching with that straight arm. Just gentle pressure on the neck, only to your comfortable range. Each breath maybe giving you a little more range. Two more. Nice, and then the hand that's touching the ear, kind of slide that over to the opposite ear, and on an inhale, gently lifting the head to center. Lowering both arms. And then again, on an inhale, stretching the arms up and overhead. Gently exhaling, opposite side. Hand across to the ear. Other arm stretching out and down. This side might be completely different, honoring this shoulder, this side of the neck. Not tightening the knees, little micro bend of the knees, inhaling through the nose and out through the nose. Breathing into that stretching point in the neck or shoulder, forearm even, reaching through the fingers. Maybe an exhale, just a gentle range, very gentle. Two more. Very nice. Then gently sliding that hand up from one ear to the other. Inhale, lifting the head to center. Nice little shoulder roll. Then inhale and then exhale, just look over to one shoulder. We'll stay here for a few breaths. Option if you'd like to extend your gaze, so past the range of your neck, but stretching the gaze and the eyes off to the side. Keeping your inhale and exhale even. Feeling your grounding in the feet. Micro bend in the knees, face is relaxed. That gaze can really feel, you can really feel a difference. I don't know if you can, I can. Feeling a gaze, a difference in the head. Inhale and exhale. Before we come back to center, if you've extended your gaze, close your eyes. And now move your head back to center and then open your gaze. Inhale and exhale to the other side. Again, options to extend the gaze if you'd like. If it feels uncomfortable for whatever reason, just come back to a neutral gaze, but extending the chin. Inhaling through the nose and out through the nose. Each exhale possibly giving you more range. Two more breaths. Very nice. If you've extended the gaze, gently closing the eyes, bringing the head back to center. And then just small circles with the nose, keeping the head forward. Just gentle, slow, not making ourselves dizzy, just small circles with the nose. And the opposite direction. Feeling your feet grounded. Breathing. Inhale neutral and exhale, dropping the chin. An option if you'd like to raise the hands, clasping the hands and putting it on the top of the head. This is not an option if this bothers your shoulders or neck. And if you're doing this, be very present with your breath. Your inhale as it fills the lungs and your upper back, and your exhale as it gives you gentle range, not to strain. Inhale through the nose and out through the nose. Very nice. And drawing your belly to spine, inhaling your head up, knowing that that stretch might have given you more than you even knew was happening. So be very gentle with yourself. And then just a gentle gaze up, the chin. We're not really throwing the head back. We're just going to be careful with our neck, but give a stretch in the front, keeping your mouth closed. Inhaling in and out. Very nice. And inhaling forward, neck roll. And then we'll sit back in our chairs. And I did that series standing just to give us a sense of our grounding through our feet and our balance all up and down our body as we do those breath movements. And now we'll move into some nice cat-cow. So moving our feet out a little, spreading our feet a bit wider than the chair possibly, whatever's comfortable for you. And on our inhale, we'll put the tailbone out, lead with the chest, heart, face upward if that's comfortable to your range. And as you exhale, tuck in the tailbone first, which moves us back in our chair, ribs, chin. Doing a few of these at your pace, finding what's comfortable for you this morning. Really feeling with your breath. Is that sending more to your shoulders? Is it in your hips this morning? In your back? In your chest? Where's that breath going? And on your exhale on your cat, where are you feeling those stretches? Really being in tune slowly with your breath as to what your body's asking for. 2 more. Such a great movement for our spine. Especially in the chair, it's controlled. So you can really enjoy the full range of motion of your spine. Nice, meeting me in neutral. But also, I will just show you, is you can also, if you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can also do cat-cow standing. It changes the pose, and it sometimes changes your focus, but you can do that standing, and of course on your hands and knees as well. I just always want to give you the option. It's such a great movement for your spine, even if you're in the kitchen or doing something, you've been standing, you've been typing, you can do it seated, standing, and it's just a great movement to do. So now we'll do some side movements. So really reaching with one side. So if you're going to touch the wall with your ribs, inhale and exhale, reaching with the side body ribs. Trying to keep your seat in the chair. Exhale, just sort of pushing with those ribs. Getting into the side body. Good, one more each side. Very nice. And a little bit of a back bend challenge. It's sort of a core challenge. We're going to inhale and think of a nice straight spine. Our knees are at a 90-degree angle. Feet can be a little more than hip width apart. It's fine, whatever's comfortable for you. Hands on the knees at first, but inhale, nice tall spine. And as you exhale, think straight spine, neutral head, leaning forward to your comfort zone. And when you really feel things, that's a comfortable place for you to stop with a straight spine, and your head is in neutral, then lift the hands. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Find your challenge point where you really feel your feet engaging, your hips, maybe your stomach. Inhale and exhale through the nose, out through the nose. Hands either up by your shoulders. If you feel you're not quite challenging yourself, maybe leaning forward a little more. If you found your spot, just in through the nose and out through the nose. Maybe as you hold this, you feel it in different spots. And then for 2 more breaths, now we're going to look up. So keeping your hands where they are, keeping the mouth closed, stretching and looking up, really turning this into more of a slight back bend. Feeling that in the back. Two more breaths. Very nice. Lowering the head, lowering the hands to the knees, and lifting the spine. Feel that in my back for sure. Now we're going to do some seated twists, kind of a series of a variety of seated twists, and I want you to think about where you feel is working the most, or where your breath is really going. So first, put our hands in Anjali Mudra in prayer. And if any of this at any time is not great for you, back into the spot that works best for you. But on an inhale, as you exhale, we're going to twist from the belly and the ribs, and then we're going to place the elbow on the opposite knee. If that's uncomfortable for you at all, we should maybe try again with a lengthening the spine, exhaling, and dropping into a comfortable spot. If this is uncomfortable for your upper arm, always an option to tuck it behind you. But I'd like you to find your spot, and whether that's leaning forward more or more of a twist. And allow yourself to breathe here. And feel where that breath is going. Very nice. Inhaling back up to center. Then on the same sides, we can see the difference, leaning forward a bit, placing the hand now, if the ground is accessible, doing that, or on the, across your knees, inhaling, twisting again, belly, ribs, and then reaching the arm out to the side, or as high as it will go. Just finding the spot that works for you. And feeling how this is different from the other twist. Very nice. One more breath. And exhaling, elbows to knees. And then sitting up, we're going to do the same side again, but in another variation. Inhaling up, hand to opposite knee, and your arm maybe on the back of your chair. To the side of the chair, if that's more comfortable, pressing against the side. Exhaling, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Maybe your forearm is on the back of your chair. And then feeling how this twist is different from the others. Feel your breath. Where is it going? Where does that exhale let you go? Very nice. 2 more breaths. Very nice. And unwind first with the head and then the shoulders. Good. Now we'll do the other side. So we'll feel nice and balanced, hopefully. So again, inhaling, hands to our Anjali Mudra, our prayer mudra. Inhale up, tall spine, twisting with the belly and the ribs, and then dipping down to your comfort point. With your elbow on the knee, hands together if possible. Always an option to drop the top arm back to your lower back. You can either look up toward the ceiling, over your shoulder, or down to your knees, whatever's comfortable, but inhale, exhale. How is your breath here and how is it different from the other side, if you notice a difference? Just noticing. Two more breaths here. Good. Inhaling back to center, and then we'll take that different twist. Either both hands resting on your knees, the ground if it's accessible, or a block if you're bringing the ground up to you. And then reaching and maybe out to the side. Maybe you start with horizontal or reaching slightly up, 45 degrees, or maybe you go up. Keeping your breath steady. How is this different from the other twist for you? Knowing that this side of your body might be very different today. Keeping your breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Finding that range. 2 more breaths. Nice, and then lowering the hand, lifting up to neutral. And for our third twist, inhaling, arms up, and exhaling, dropping down, one arm, maybe your back arm is on your chair, pressing up against your chair. To feel the twist, maybe looking over your back shoulder. Inhaling, exhaling, relax the hips, relax the feet. How is this twist different for you? Two more breaths. Very nice. Unwinding with the head first, shoulders, ribs. Very nice. And then just sit for a moment with your hands on your knees. Breathe some nice deep breaths and feel. See if you feel more even. Check in with your shoulders, your back, hips, waist. How do all those twists make you feel? Very nice. Now stretching the legs out just for a moment. We're going to move down into our legs, flexing the legs straight if possible. Not always great to put a bend in the knees just so your heels are planted. And we'll do a little sitting down dog. So feet up, arms overhead if possible, always an option to drop your hands. And we're just going to bring as forward, my forward motion with my hands over my head and my legs flexed is about here. It's about an inch forward. But for you, finding a healthy, gentle challenge in your stretch for your back and the backs of your legs, breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Maybe you feel a stretch more in one side of your body than the other. Just, you know you, do what you can. You can do it. 3 more breaths here. Good, 1 more breath. Nice, and then lowering the hands to the thighs, lifting the head up. We're going to bend one knee. Actually, let's bend both knees because I want to change our foot position. And lifting the arms up, let's lift one leg at a time. So lifting the arms up, we'll do some active movement here. Inhaling up. Bringing that knee to the comfortable spot. Always an option to guide it up if your range, your hip just doesn't feel strong today. This one, always an option. If you want the motion, help yourself. Good. And then hold the leg up. Keep your arms where they're comfortable. Maybe it's on your knee, maybe it's overhead, maybe it's on the chair, slight lean back. Just give that strength. Let's challenge that hip. 2 more breaths. Good. And then lower. Other side. If you don't really want the arm movement today, always an option to just keep it down. I just want to bring some movement into the hip before we hold. So with or without arms, totally fine. With or without assistance, up to you. This hip is probably different from the other. A couple more touches here. And hold, option for your arms, assist, up for a challenge if you're really looking for one, chair. This hip's already fatigued for me, so we'll do some few more breaths here. Nice challenge. Two more breaths, good strength moves here. Very nice, and lowering down. Little tap out. Okay. Now just a brief chance, leaning back in your chair. I don't want anybody to strain their lower back. I just want to give a brief both leg challenge. This is not for you, sit this one out or just stretch your legs out, whatever's comfortable. If you tuck your legs, holding your belly to your spine, using the chair for support. 2 more breaths. Very nice, and down. Great. Okay. Swinging your legs to one side of your chair. The outside, the leg that's closest to the front. I'm just going to drop that knee down. If you're doing this standing, You can stand and put your knee on your chair like this. If you'd rather stand. If you're sitting, just drop the knee to the chair, foot on the top of the foot on the floor if possible, and then sort of just leaning forward or moving your foot back, getting a nice stretch into this front. This is sort of a lunge without a lunge. If you're in the chair, I'd suggest that you have your knee firmly on the chair if you're going to do a little bit of a lunge, keeping your knee over your ankle and allowing that stretch. So a standing version, just want us to think about the stretch and not balance for this. Whatever sits with you well, stretching in front of that hip. Always holding the chair for balance so we can breathe into the stretch. Very nice. One more breath. Very nice. Bending that leg. Let's do the other side. Again, maybe this leg isn't as steady or is more steady, so you want to do it standing, sitting. So the sitting posture would be dropping the knee, holding onto the chair for balance, extending the leg back to get a nice front hip stretch, or the standing option. What am I doing? I turned myself around. I can't figure it out. No, I have to put it. Oh my goodness, my brain. I'm doing it sitting. Sorry. Having a walking and chewing gum moment. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Really sending that inhale into the stretch. That was a lot of hip movements we did. So really allowing that inhale to go into those muscles we were stretching and strengthening. Two more. Very nice. Bringing the foot back. And swinging around, we're going to come to standing. I'm going to face my chair, facing the seat in the back, in the front of the seat back. We're going to work with some range of motion for you. So this is your practice, but sort of working with a down dog with balance and with range. The down dog is about a nice straight back. So down dog for me on the ground, I'm usually my legs are very bent. So what you're thinking about is a nice straight spine, neutral head, inhaling, and then leaning forward to your comfort spot when you feel that your back is still straight, and then placing your hands down. And for you, this might be here. It might be closer to your chair, using the back of your chair. All of this is fine. You can feel the stretch down the back of your legs, a nice straight spine. It's not about where you are on the chair. Some of you might be able to lower your forearms. That puts me a little tight. I bend my arms a lot. What I want you to do is find a spot that you feel a good, healthy, straight back, and you feel support, and a nice stretch down the back of your legs. So we can take several breaths here. Whatever that looks like for you. Bending the legs is fine if you feel a nice stretch. Straight back, in through the nose and out through the nose, keeping our breath. Head is in neutral, no strain in the neck. Let's take several breaths here. Relax the toes. Maybe each exhale, do you find just a little more range? Or do you feel a little more stretch? healthy range, gentle challenge. Three more breaths here. Very nice. Now, maybe bend the knees. Push the ground away, straighten up. Very nice. Hands to the low back. This gives ourselves a gentle back bend. Being very cautious with your low back. Hands pushing into the low back can help. This could feel really nice, but only if it feels good. Nice deep breath. And another one. Done gently, this can be great for our back and our shoulders to open up, but obviously being very cautious with a low back problem. No back problems. So now I'd like you to find, we're going to be lifting our leg, lifting one leg. So find a sturdy place for you. That might be straight arms here. It might be, if you're a little more limber with your back, on your palms. But I want your knee, as possible, to come up. Flexed foot. If your flexed foot, knee, and this hip brings you here, that is fine. You can bring it higher. Bring it higher. We're not kicking back just then. I'm just trying to keep it in a line. Keeping your foot, your knee, your hip lined up. So we're keeping that sort of 90, 90, 90 degree and moving it back to your range. Feeling completely supported by the chair. Relax the face. Little dynamic movement here, down and back. Down, flex foot, bent knee, and back. Down, back. One more, and then we'll hold. Good, and down. And now out, if you can, with your hips. So we're keeping that flex foot, flex knee, and we're extending the knee out to the side, if that works for you. If this doesn't work for you, do a little pendulum swing with your foot instead. One more. And down. Other side. So we'll flex the foot, flex the knee. If this is too much for you standing up, bending over like that, you can go to the back of your chair, and then it's just different from the bend, from the over bend. Your heart's higher. That's completely fine. Bending the knee, bending the foot out and back, out and back. And now hold. Two more breaths. Very nice. And then lowering the knee, either pendulum swinging the straight leg out, or with the knee bent and foot flexed, opening up the hip out to the side. Out, and back, out, in, out, in. Two more. Very nice. And down. Little dance. Walk for our glutes. Before we do our balance posture, I think we've been doing a lot. It might be nice to get a little side stretch in. So just standing up, you're always welcome to use your chair for balance. I just want us to ground through our feet, under our hips. Little mountain pose here for a moment. Inhale and feel all that movement. How does your body feel? Remembering that yoga is about breath, and grounding and presence, and how our body feels in this moment. Very nice. Now a nice inhale, arms up. I'm going to take just a bit of a side stretch with both hands, with both arms straight, moving that opposite hip out, giving a nice side body stretch. If this is at all throws you off balance, always an option. Please drop one hand down to the chair, but really allow yourself to feel that open hip. Inhale, one big inhale here. Good, exhale. Now let's come back up on an inhale, tightening belly to spine, and exhaling other side. The side might be different, always an option to drop one hand to the chair, make this more about the hips and the side. Feeling into that opening hip and ribs. Nice big inhale, exhale, belly to spine. Our inhale draws us back up, reaching with our arms, and exhale down. Always good to do a balance move here. So we will do tree this morning, our standing tree. And using you can always use your chair in tree as well. When we move, I'll bend my leg closest to the chair first so you can see this option, but with your eyes closed, just for a moment, feel your balance. Feel the presence in your feet. Inhaling through the nose and out through the nose. Maybe rocking forward slightly, backward gently, finding that nice balance point. Very nice. If your eyes are closed, I want you to open your eyes. Shifting your weight over to, if you're going to try the chair, away the leg away from the chair, lifting the other knee, pointing it out, and then maybe you rest it on the chair to put your foot on your calf. Make this more about feeling the balance in that grounded leg. It can be really nice to use a prop and allow yourself to really rest in the pose. It doesn't have to be a challenge that you conquer. Often it can just be a point in which you rest. Option for the hands. Whatever feels good for you. Option to close your eyes. Sometimes a prop will allow you to do things that maybe you can't without it. And that is wonderful. It can be very freeing. Two more breaths here. Very nice. If your eyes are closed, I invite you to open your eyes. We'll move our knee in, drop the foot, and lower the leg. Now opposite side. Let's shift our weight. Mentally, let's move our weight into the other foot. Really feeling grounded in the opposite foot. Lifting the foot, the knee, moving the knee out, and then finding your point. Maybe that's toes on the ground, heel on your calf, meet your foot on your calf. With your straight legs against the chair, you can also just lean there. Close the eyes if you'd like, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Feeling this grounding. Three more breaths. Very nice. And moving our knee forward, dropping the foot, and then lowering to the ground. Let's stand again for a moment in mountain after our balance. And just be in touch with what your body is saying. How does it feel? Very nice. Inhale through the nose and out through the nose. Your eyes are closed. I invite you to open your eyes. We'll move back to our seat. But using the prop and the balance really can, I have not done that, that particular prop with that particular balance. But I have to say, it really did let me focus more on my supporting foot and less on falling over. So allow that for yourself. There's nothing wrong with a prop. Very nice. Okay. We're going to do our inversion. We did a lot of bending over there with the dog, but I'd like to do just allowing yourself, instead of straining with our arms or thinking about our backs, just allow an inversion. So as always, if you have an eye issue or a blood pressure issue and you do not want your head hanging down, skip this one, or just find a place even seated with just resting your elbows where you can allow your head to drop. Mostly I want your head dropped and your neck relaxed. If the ground is accessible to you, or the tops of your feet, or stack your elbows and cross your arms, wherever you can be comfortably for a few minutes. We'll do this for about 2.5, 3 minutes. Inhale, and on a nice exhale, just allow yourself, your back to relax, your head to lower, your head to drop, maybe gentle nods. Yes, no. Inhaling through the nose and out through the nose. Occasionally, maybe a nice full breath to really feel the stretch in your back, and allow the deep exhale to find a little range, and nice letting go. Inhaling through the nose and out through the nose. Relax the jaw. Relax the toes. About 30 more seconds, maybe allowing yourself to find a deep breath. noticing what may have changed since the beginning of the inversion. How is your body feeling? Now, before we come up, we'll be placing our hands on our knees and rising slowly. And then as you rise, allow yourself to sit in that circulation and to enjoy that. Hands on the knees, gently rising up, eyes closed, and just sit. Sitting with your breath. Very nice. If your eyes are closed, gently opening the eyes. Moving the feet a little bit closer together and reaching back to the side of your chair, coming forward a bit on your chair. We'll do a little back bend, but assisted. So we're holding onto the chair, either the bottom or the back. And on your inhale, just reaching forward with the chest, lifting the chin, stretching as is comfortable with the chest for a nice back bend. Nice deep inhale and exhale. One more. Good, and back to neutral. Let's do a little side stretch here before we get settled. So opening the knees just slightly. I'm just going to reach with one arm up over to the side. Reaching, stretching, feeling how that is in your ribs, in your hips, low back. Good, back to center and the other side. Reaching. Very nice, and back up. Bringing in our stretches. Let's do a little bit of starfish. So here. So reaching your heels out as is comfortable. Totally fine to bend your knees. I just want the awareness of your arms and legs. And reaching your arms out to the side. Taking in a nice breath. Inhale and exhale. And now bring awareness to your right leg. Maybe straightening, tightening. Inhale, exhale, awareness to that right leg. Two more. Good, and then relaxing the right leg, awareness to your left leg, tightening, flexing maybe. Just good awareness, inhaling and exhaling, relaxing the hands, even though they're extended, but really awareness and tightening to that left leg. Two more breaths here. If at any point you'd like to lower your arms, totally fine to bend or move, that's fine. Focusing on the left leg. One more. Good, and relaxing that. And then awareness to your right arm, really stretching, flexing, strengthening, reaching out. Maybe it feels good on the shoulder to reach up. What's your body asking for? Maybe back, maybe forward, but total presence with this with this arm. Reaching, breathing. Two more breaths here. Good, and then lowering that arm a bit, the presence in your opposite arm. Straightening, strengthening, reaching. Again, what does this arm need? Is it different? Does your shoulder want to be up, back, forward? Just total presence. Reaching, breathing. Two more breaths. Very nice. Lowering the legs. And just taking whatever movement your body's asking for. Maybe your shoulders want to go up, maybe a little side stretch. Just take a few breaths here to do what your body wants. As we get settled, going into our rest, into our Savasana, I invite you to get comfortable in whatever position that is for you today. And as you get comfortable, we're going to do two nice, deep, full breaths with an open mouth, kind of sigh release after. So inhaling, exhale, let it go. Another one, inhale, full breath. Nice wide mouth. Now, as we sit or lie here, we're imagining a nice, warm, bright light at our feet. Cleansing, clearing, releasing this beautiful warmth, healing, whatever your body needs, releasing at our feet. Moving up to the arch, to the heels, the ankles, calves. This beautiful warmth and healing, massaging, releasing, moving up to the knees, the upper legs, hips, seat, moving up, warming, healing, massaging, releasing, lower abdomen, low back, ribs, mid back, chest, upper back, warming our hands, massaging, releasing, relaxing our fingers, palms, wrists, lower arms, elbows, upper arms, shoulders, neck, jaw, cheeks, temples, forehead, and the light relaxing, soothing, releasing the crown of the head, moving out. Total relaxation. Just the breath and relax. Becoming aware of our breath, inviting that light of healing, relaxation into our bodies, bringing gentle movement to our toes and fingers, deepening the breath, gentle movements. Dropping our hands to the sides, gently bringing them overhead and down to our heart space. And thinking of your practice and what you can take from your practice to the day, how your body feels, being so kind to yourself. So thankful for this time. And the love and light in me sees the love and light in you. And may we share that with others. Namaste, everyone. I invite you to continue your